Hello humans and dinosaurs, this is Lopho, and today the preview for Jurassic World Dominion has dropped. So, I actually did a review on the 5-minute preview when it first got leaked. You can actually see it in the link in the comments. But back then, I was rambling with no plan in mind, just rambling out my words. But this time, I decided to be more planned out with my words, to get my opinion on the 5-minute preview across. And yes, I do know how the like-dislike ratio on the previous video was, and I can completely respect a different opinion. And before you go into the comments saying that I only care about accuracy and I hate the franchise, let me say to the record that I like the Jurassic World and Park franchise in general. In fact, I pretty much have every single Jurassic World figure released from Mattel, despite most of them not being released in Korea, resulting in me going to absurd lengths to obtain a figure. That's how much I love the franchise. I also like dino media that aren't always trying to be accurate either. Right now in this video, I just have a problem with the 5-minute preview of Jurassic World Dominion, the flashback part specifically. I must also say that I made this video to specifically tell you guys about how I think about the preview. If you enjoyed the flashback part, that's totally awesome. I completely respect your opinion, so please respect my opinion as well. So let's begin with how the Jurassic Park and World franchise made their dinosaur and animal designs. Whereas the Jurassic Park franchise used the most accurate restorations of the dinosaurs as possible for its time, and used the excuse of them being genetically modified as an excuse for the designs not being able to catch up with their ever-growing knowledge of the dinosaurs we know, the Jurassic World franchise, on the other hand, seems to take "we'll do whatever shit with the creatures without even paying the single bit to accuracy," and then take the genetically modified animal excuse to justify their ridiculous designs. But now, with the 5-minute flashback released, the excuse no longer holds up in a flashback. The Pseudoceratops was a ceratopsian dinosaur that lived during the mid-Cretaceous, 70 million years ago in Utah, and then there's Dreadnoughtus, a giant sauropod dinosaur that lived 83 million years ago in Argentina. Why bother using those specific two dinosaurs in a flashback that was supposedly 65 million years ago when you could just as well use Triceratops and Alamosaurus instead? Both of these dinosaurs were doing absolutely nothing important to the plot that we could see in the preview, and that's not even considering the fact that now, paleontologists consider the extinction of the dinosaurs 66 million years ago, so all the dinosaurs should be dead by that point. But again, back to the point. And what about the T-Rex being feathered in the preview, you might ask? Right now, as we know, or at least the majority of the scientific community seems to agree, that the adult Tyrannosaurus wasn't feathered, from skin impressions from various parts of its body. And it's obvious that the filmmakers didn't even bother to do the slightest bit of research on the new Moros they've been bragging about being it in the movie. The Moros might have been nicknamed the tiny Tyrannosaur ancestor, but it was, to an estimate, at least 1.2 meters long, not the absolute teeny-weeny little bitch that we see licking the teeth of a Giganotosaurus. Well, the Moros just could as well have been a baby, so I'll excuse that. But there's zero excusing when talking about the Oviraptor's design. Pronated wrists have been one of the most major problems of the franchise, and the fact that they didn't fix that just shows how careless they went with the designs, and only putting feathers as a way to say that they went all out on effort on designing accurately, when in fact, well, they didn't do shit. The Ankylosaurus and Pteranodons both share the same problems that the designs of the Jurassic World dinosaurs had. Namely, the Ankylosaurus armor looking like a spiky turtle, instead of actually having scutes like the actual dinosaur did, and the Pteranodon looking nothing like the real animal, having wings that aren't connected to the legs, a weird beak shape that resembles a bird than the actual animal, etc. In fact, did they even bother changing the models even the slightest bit for the preview? Like, I can't see the slightest part that puts these dinosaurs from the genetically modified hybrids from Jurassic World. But wait, didn't the Jurassic World creatures look exactly that way because they were genetically modified? But now you're telling me that they looked exactly like the real thing? Which doesn't look like the real thing? Isn't this like turning the whole reasoning for the creature designs on its head? Oh wait, Trevorrow, you wanted to say? You know, you could have taken the super easy way by just skipping or replacing the creatures in the scenes with the Pseudoceratops and Alamosaurus Oviraptor, or tweaking the models on the Pteranankylo. But now you're making an entire weird-ass logical universe to cover up for the shit up? Wasn't the whole point of the flashback to say, ooh, big Giga killed Rex, now Rex is gonna kill Giga in the present day? Why completely destroy the foundation of the creature designs for the entire franchise for something as measly as a poetic setup point? Because let's be honest here, there's no way the Rex would feel any sort of revenge to the Giga for killing its ancestor, yet alone know how its ancestor died. And for the record, I will say that I have no problems with the so-called Giganotosaurus killing the Rex, as long as the Giganotosaurus is a made-up species like the Velociraptors, like Velociraptor nublarensis and masraniensis, and not Giganotosaurus carolini, which is the actual Giganotosaurus that lived in Argentina. I'm fine with it being in the Cenozoic battling a T-Rex. It's what the director intended to say with the flashback. It's an important part of the storyline when viewed from a poetic viewpoint. I can respect that. Despite paleontology continuously discovering more and more things about new dinosaurs, and about the dinosaurs that we already know and love, the Jurassic Park designs are iconic and timeless, because of the fact that they had the excuse of being, instead of being accurate restorations of the creatures, they were mutants mixed in with the various animal DNA, making them original, creative designs. This was a wise choice that the franchise took over the designs of the creatures. That way, paleo nerds like me could feel comfortable knowing that they were actually never meant to represent the actual animal. The new preview completely destroys this point of the franchise that I cherished it to be. By creating a flashback, the designs of the creatures can no longer be timeless, since now the creatures represented in the flashback are the actual animal, instead of no longer being genetically modified hybrids. This makes the designs pointable to change as we continue more and more discoveries about the dinosaurs that were represented in the flashback. Did the 5-minute preview then completely shatter my love for the Jurassic Park and World franchise? No, I will make sure to watch the new movie when in theaters when it comes out, collect its toys, and talked about it with other people that love the franchise. But did it remove the certain timeless charm that the dinosaur designs the franchise had? Definitely. I hope you to hear what you think about your opinion on the 5-minute preview. I hope you enjoyed this video. It took me lots of effort to edit this. If you could like and subscribe, it would mean the PANGAEA to me. May the Jurassic Spirit be with you. Bye bye.